I just reminded you. It's Tuesday, October 7th, 2025, and it's time to wake up Wilmington. We'll be right back. Was that serious enough for you? That were very interesting.
All right,
talk about.
Mics are on. We are live.
Good morning, everybody. Rick.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Dodging raindrops.
Yes. Last couple of days, that's what we've been doing. Dodging raindrops.
But we need the rain, and then the weather's going to turn around and finally turn into fall.
Yes.
Starting tomorrow.
Well, we've been looking forward.
Definitely looking forward to that.
There's our buddy, the one and only Magic Unleashed.
Yes.
Our favorite magician.
Magician.
Yes.
And it was good seeing you too on Saturday.
Out there.
There's Vicky.
I think he was scaring everybody more than some of the ghouls and everything out there at the final resting place, which was very interesting. We were there the other day.
Yes, yes.
The final resting place out near Rick's place.
Yeah. The dogs were out in the back with me Friday night after the ball game, and they heard all the noises, so they were barking and running to the fence line trying to figure out what was going on.
Yeah. Good morning, Vicky Kendall.
Good morning, Vicky.
And I've got a mic, so you should be able to hear me.
That's scary.
And
scary.
we were talking about I'm going to use some different mics here in the near future so that I can have a mic all the time.
We got a couple of Ricks. Now you want a couple of mics? Is that
Yeah, a
it?
couple mics,
couple Ricks.
We actually have 8 mics on the other wireless unit. We don't need 8 mics, but it'll give us at least the ability for there to be 4 people at the table and then 1 here. But speaking of that, Joe Davis and I took a trip out to our next potential location for a wake-up show, which is Washington Courthouse. We went up to Vinyl Coffee. We met with Branson Moody, the owner of Vinyl Coffee.
Yep.
He is very excited with having us do a show from that location. It's going to be a beautiful setup.
Oh, it is right downtown.
That's right. And we're going to be
He's going to be sad when he realizes I'm not there.
Yeah.
That's going to be a shock to him.
Well, you might be in and out of there, just like Rick might be in and out of there. But we're going to be in the main Vinyl Coffee window, which behind us, you'll see the backdrop of the courthouse. So the county courthouse will be behind us. And then there's a table where we'll have, once again, like here, seated 4 people. And then whoever's engineering the show will sit at that table, but on the other side and with a camera. So
Yeah,
we're working all that out.
When we first started talking to him, he thought, because we kept talking about his place, and
Right.
he thought the camera was going to be showing his place, and he was going to have customers on air that may not want on air. And we had to explain, no,
then you got to sign releases
the
and all that
camera's
good
going to
stuff.
be in your place, but it's showing out the window toward the courthouse outside. and only showing the people at the tables
And
like this.
I don't think he's ever actually seen our show.
Right.
So he likes the concept. He likes the idea.
Didn't you give him a couple links to look at so he could pull up?
And in fact,
That may scare
we
the
might
heck
even
out of
get
you.
him to come in here. But the bottom line is he can see the benefit. We can see the benefit. And the place is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I need to get in there. I don't drink coffee, but maybe they make a killer hot chocolate. Who knows?
And they do have, and they have killer.
The missus is on there.
No, is she? Yep.
Yes.
Good morning.
Morning, Stephanie.
Hey,
Stephanie, you about killed me the other day.
That's right. I'm still trying to work off the those
Oh.
incredible rolls that you brought.
If anybody brings something like that again, I've got to cut them in force and just eat a tiny spot.
We were cutting the last 2.5 in each.
My blood
Eat
sugar
and a
went
half.
sky
instead of
high.
trying to, yeah. Finally ate the last one Sunday morning. So
Yeah.
yeah, we gave 4 or 5 of them away just so they weren't going to be laying around the house.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we're going to do a test stream on Sunday the 19th, which they're not open on that Sunday. They're closed. So it's going to be a test stream that we're going to do so that everybody can see how the table will be set up, where the camera will be pointed, what views we'll get using that.
Right, just to get very
Just
familiar.
a run through, right?
Yes.
And we'll probably start the 3rd of November. So the first Monday in November would probably be the.
You heard it here
the
first,
launch.
folks.
That's right. That's right. And we're going to focus on Wake Up Washington Courthouse and Wake Up Wilmington. And for the time being, we're
I'm
going
still
to put
trying
off
to wake up.
any new launches other than we are still in the background working on a game show situation so that we can use our software on the programs.
Right.
Because we are still going to play games.
Yep.
But we're going to use the game show software and be able to let people play at home using the software.
And that's
More
going to be
more
interesting.
interactive.
That's right. It'll be more interactive.
Because we did it upstairs one day, and it was really interesting. And it's going to be interesting when the guests that watch the shows, especially the regulars that watch the show, that try to play with us, but with the lag, it's a little hard sometimes.
They can join a team and
This
they can
show, hopefully
Yeah.
will be more interactive.
they can
nice.
be on a team and buzz in. And the first game that we've got is like the what was that, the $10,000 pyramid or whatever.
Right. The guessing word.
That's right. And so it'll be similar to that. We do have a library of software that we either have or can purchase that'll give us different games that we want to use. Now, I haven't seen any the game
Chain Connection.
I've not seen any, but I will look around and see if there's
No, it's on the Game Show Network. The
what
one,
I'm looking for is the software so we can
the
run our
software
own.
you had, I think, was showing games from Buzzer, Buzzr, which is a game show on the internet. But again, that's not saying Chain Connection could not be part of that because it has a multitude of the game
Well,
shows
it
on
seems
that.
like a favorite game. Of
It
people.
is.
And but the pyramid is also.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the nice thing is all these games.
Family Feud. That's the one we were playing upstairs.
That's right. Family Feud. That's right. Yeah. And so we'll have, and I think we've got ghosts in here.
Yeah.
Somebody's walking next
Yeah, I
door.
just saw the shadow
It might be Terry. I don't know.
through the glass
I
doors.
think it may be the Terry.
Yeah. Terry.
Scary.
Scary
The
Terry.
Terry.
Yeah,
Scary
but anyway.
Terry.
So anyway, we are in the process, I guess you could say, of with all that has gone on in the past, we'll just say month. We are looking at reflecting. You know,
Yes.
We're looking at trying to get back to originally what the concept was of this program that a year and a half ago we first started, because like anything else, sometimes you drift off in a direction that maybe
I never drift off.
you're
I know.
just drift asleep.
I do.
Yes.
You drift off in a direction that isn't necessarily the direction you want to go.
But 2 years ago, Rick was asking me constantly, "Hey Joe, guess what? I'm starting this morning show, and what you doing in the morning, Joe?" And it's like, "No, Rick, I do not want to be part of
And
this."
look at
No.
Joe, he's here now.
He's here.
But anyway, I think that what we're doing now, especially with the addition of a second show in Washington Courthouse, another good market, another and for us, the new part of this is I have an AM or an FM radio station up in Jeffersonville, Ohio, WZAA 106.9 LPFM. We're going to simulcast. So the show that we do for sure in Washington Courthouse will be simulcast over WZAA every morning from 8 to 10 o'clock, just like the show will be on YouTube. So that people will have a wider audience, because we'll be able to pick not just the audience that comes from the internet, but literally our over-the-air station, which has a radius, effective radius about 25 miles radius of Jeffersonville, Ohio. So that will add some additional people in interest, and people will be able to listen to the show when they're in their cars
at work.
Now, the other thing that's happening, and we've been working on this now for since last winter. There was wiring and speakers along the front of Main Street.
Yes.
We want to get that back up and operating. Over a decade ago, that wire was first installed, and as expected, like anything else mechanical or electrical, it degraded.
The weather. Yes.
That's right. So the speakers were not working effectively. The wiring was starting to short out. So we have just started in the process. We've got about half the wire replaced. So from about the old WALH studio here to the Murphy, and then we're going to work on finishing it up, which would be from the other end of the block where the Rome Jewelers is, up here to the Murphy. And then in our suite at here in the Murphy, we will have the amplifier we're going to use a program very similar to what we use to automate WZAA when we're not in studio there in Jeffersonville. And that will allow us to play music. We'll be having music this Christmas for Holidazzle. It'll play on the speakers.
Nice.
We're going to add speakers to Sugar Tree so that eventually the speakers won't be just along Main Street, but they'll be along Sugar Tree. But we're also going to put QR codes all over the place, because you can scan the QR code and it will take you immediately to the station that's playing over the speakers. So if you're here for Holidazzle and you're down the street, you can scan the QR code and hear the Christmas music that's playing. But we'll have regular music throughout the year, and it'll be an opportunity for merchants to, once again, maybe advertise
during
their
the day.
products, their services. And we'll probably run from about 8 o'clock in the morning, which is the start of our show, to 8 o'clock at night. We don't want to go too much. I know we could legally probably through the city operate till 10.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to keep people awake, so we'll operate probably from 8 to 8. So it'll be a 12-hour operation each day as far as the music. And we will eventually expand the music beyond. There are wireless systems that are designed for cities that will allow us to be able to expand it even further than just these two streets or just a hardwired situation. We're also putting in cameras, so it's sort of like a weather cam. The first one is going in.
What's the weather like? Oh, it's raining outside. I think it's raining.
It's going in the corner. The city's going to be installing it for us. It's going on the corner of
Mulberry.
Main Street and Mulberry, at the General Denver there. It's going to be on that light pole that extends out, and it's going to point the direction of the new flag that's going to
on Buckley
Brothers.
So it's a sort of in coordination with that as well.
If anybody's not noticed, they have been down in front of the Buckley Brothers
filling holes
and doing work.
They're prepping and stuff.
The first time I went there, they had one guy out front doing stuff. Now the other day I went by and they had a multitude of people down below doing their work. So it's starting.
They had originally said that it would take about a month for them to complete it. It may be a little longer depending on how much rain we get.
Because it rained some yesterday. It's raining some today.
In the fall, we tend to start getting rain. That's what knocks the leaves off the trees. Like the wind and the rain is usually what takes the leaves as they turn off the trees. So hopefully all that will happen. And then when I say this weather type of camera, it won't be one where you can move it. We can move it remotely, and it'll be, once again, wirelessly connected to our suite here in the Murphy Theater, so that you'll be able to go to a website, also go to Main Street Wilmington's website. You'll be able to pull the camera up, and you'll be able to see downtown Wilmington.
What's going on?
And like at Holodazzle, you'll see the parade as it goes underneath the camera.
So you don't have to be here in the traffic and the weather and everything.
That's right. And once again, we're going to add additional cameras as time goes on. So we're making some changes to the downtown Wilmington corridor that will benefit merchants and
Everybody, really.
that's right. And that's the whole idea. Make Wilmington more inviting and more friendly. And it's in conjunction with our morning show, and also with Main Street Wilmington, and of course the cities, they're helping us with installing cameras. And
I like the commercial I saw, or not the commercial, the comic strip the other day. The guy hadn't mowed his yard for a while. Now the leaves were starting to come down, and the neighbor said, "Do you need help getting the leaves off there or mowing your yard?" And he goes, "That's all right. When it starts raining, that'll push the leaves on top of the grass, push the grass down, so I won't have to mow."
And Vicky says rain's also keeping
the combines.
combine out of the field, and that's true.
That may help me breathe more, and so I can actually talk
For
without.
our farming community, it's always important, and you hope that it's dry, because obviously the higher the moisture content,
Yeah.
the less the grain elevator will pay.
Well, and then you don't want it sitting out there. I know a few years ago, they were actually combining December, January, and it was actually snowing across the field across from our house. It was like, man, this is crazy, combining in the snow.
Right, yeah. Well, and a lot of times the farmers, they'll, and it just depends on how many fields they have to combine, but they will try to wait as long as they can so that it dries out. So
right.
that there's less moisture content when they go to the silo.
And if you notice, when you go down the farm fields, and you'll see fields where there's a little bit of corn taken or a little bit of soybean or something taken, and then they stopped, a lot of times they're testing. They're taking that and they're going in and they're seeing how dry it is, if it's ready. And if it's ready, then they go back out and they take the rest. If it's not, they'll wait another week or so.
Farming is such an important part of our community.
Oh, yeah.
And so, once again, it's one of the important parts that we don't really talk a lot about, or people don't understand a lot about. But sometimes we just need to, enlighten people as to, the struggles that the farming community,
It has to go through every year.
Exactly.
Besides the price of fertilizer and fuel and seed and machinery breaking down and all that stuff, it's not what it's all cracked up to be.
Right. When we come back, we'll talk about what's happening this weekend, because we've got some, as usual, some Campus Nation sports and some other stuff. But anyway, we'll take a break and we'll come back.
The final resting place haunted junkyard is located at 988 Polk Road in Sabina, Ohio. Our hours of operation are 8 to 12 or midnight Friday and Saturday nights through the month of October. Our opening weekend is the last weekend of September.
Roller Haven is located at 1640 U.S. Highway 22 Northwest, Washington Courthouse, Ohio, the perfect place for a day out with the family, birthday parties, and even an organization, event, or fundraiser. Check out our website, rollerhavenwch.com, or give us a call at 740-335-6481, and we can help plan your event. We look forward to seeing you there.
Welcome to downtown Wilmington, Ohio, the place to be. Experience something new with your family and friends in this vibrant and family-friendly historic district. When it comes to dining, shopping, and entertainment, downtown Wilmington has it all. From quick bites to high-end diners, we have a variety of food options to satisfy your taste buds. Explore our artisan boutique shops, jewelers, and florists for unique finds. Pamper yourself with soothing spa treatments, rejuvenating massages, and stylish haircuts at our top-notch studios. Dive into the world of art with our captivating galleries. and catch a show at the historic Murphy Theater featuring awe-inspiring performances and cultural events. Immerse yourself in history by visiting our iconic landmarks, such as the Murphy Theater, historic General Denver Hotel, our Cultural History Center, and beautifully preserved historic architecture. Throughout the year, Main Street Wilmington hosts a variety of exciting events that embody the spirit of our town. From the Hometown Holodazzle Illuminated Parade to the family-friendly Halloween event and our lively wine walk, there's always something fun happening. Additionally, the Convention and Visitors Bureau presents a summer concert series featuring the annual Rock the Block, and we also have our weekly farmers markets. We boast a designated outdoor refreshment area where you can purchase alcoholic beverages and carry them as you explore the town. So what are you waiting for? Plan your next weekend getaway in downtown Wilmington. Head over to mainstreetwilmington.com for all the latest updates on events, dining, shopping, and entertainment. Downtown Wilmington, Ohio is the place to be. We extend our gratitude to Ralph's American Grill, World Equestrian Center, and R&L Carriers for their sponsorship that supported the creation of this video.
Car Express, keep moving. 740-248-5300 with Troy Bach, Washington Courthouse, Ohio, right across from Washington City Schools. Troy Bach's got a lot of cars on his lot. If you drive by and see one you like, you better stop in and talk to him immediately because he moves the cars on his lot quickly. And if you don't see what you like, stop in and talk to Troy because in the state of Ohio, he can probably find you the car you're looking for. Troy Bach, Washington Courthouse, Ohio. Keep moving.
All microphones are on. I've taken off the Car Express.
All right.
Vicki had said that I guess a neighbor had a combine burn up a few days ago.
Didn't you have a field fire or something near you the other day?
Well, we were out at the haunt.
Yeah.
There was a fire in the field behind, further back from the haunt. So I don't know what street it would have been over on because I'm not really that familiar with
It could have been on Rashawn. It could have been on Peel.
But it was actually just a farm field or something.
On our way there, but it wasn't big enough or spread enough to bother them or worry them.
But that tells you how dry it was up to that point. So
yeah, I mean, the dust has been crazy.
This rain has helped a little bit to that degree, yes. You got 2 degrees. You want the farmers wanting it dry to dry everything out. But on the other hand, now you've got a chance for fires and a whole field burning up or more. Yeah. And so you need a little rain to stop that. And I think the rain we're having is not killing the farmers. It's not a drench going to go in the ground for several inches, but it is dry, wetting the things on top.
Yeah, it's not going to be a 3-day event, which is going to flood the fields.
Right. It's just a couple days and a couple rains here or there, so it's been pretty good.
Well, getting back to our Wake Up Washington Courthouse show that we're going to be launching, we had not actually been in Vinyl Coffee because they just opened, and we went and did the Washington Chillicothe football game. It was a great game. Chillicothe pulled it out at the very end.
Yeah, I was listening to it on the way home after the Wilmington-Massey game.
Yeah, it was an exciting game. Unfortunately, obviously, we were rooting for Washington, but Chillicothe, they've got a good football team. There's no question about it. But anyway, so we had not been inside Vinyl Coffee, but Joe had been by, and it was all lit up at night. They keep the lights on. So we actually we went over, and Uncle Punky or
Mark.
Mark, Mark, he does our camera work in the end zone camera. So he stopped by with us. So the three of us were like pressed up to the window, looking.
Doing window shopping.
Right.
Yeah.
And they've done what they call, and a lot of restaurants and other venues will do what they call a soft opening.
Right.
So they're not completely open. They're just, everybody's learning their job.
Right. Got family members come in just so they can experiment
But
and see how they
they're
go.
opening up for everybody to come in right now, but it's not the full hours and stuff that are going to be
so
open.
Their hours of operation currently right now are, they open at 7, they close at 7, Monday through Saturday.
Okay, because we were we went to the Willow Saturday night and came back through about 10 after 6, and they were still open. I thought they closed at 6 on Saturdays, but
Right now it's 7 to 7.
7 to 7.
Now, I don't know whether Saturday will be till 9, but their full-time hours will be 7 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night.
Wow.
Now
that can change again, but as of right now, that's what he's wanting his hours
a
to
heavy
be.
schedule.
Yeah, it is. They might tweak it when winter comes around and close at 5 or 6.
I have a feeling that Vinyl Coffee, and has been, but will be, sort of a meeting place for all of Washington Courthouse. It's warm, it's inviting. As far as the decor, the interior, it's a little more modern than traditional, but it's a warm and inviting, color.
Right.
Their crew, they've got a great crew.
They had some muffins that were to die for.
Oh my gosh! They the food.
I did not have one.
And that's the other thing about the soft opening. They're going to be expanding their food. But now, Branson, summer, earlier in the summer, made a huge investment in roasting equipment. And so a couple doors down from where the actual Vinyl Coffee location is, on a second floor, he has a roasting operation that he has just put in. Huge commercial roaster. And so now he's roasting his own coffee, as well as the fact that he's selling it to other places. So so I'm thinking maybe we might even snag some Vinyl Coffee and bring back to be able to prepare here for the morning show with Wake Up Wilmington.
Yeah, maybe you could stop in and watch our show here and have a coffee while you're watching.
But I think that
Rick Morton's wife can bring us in some
rolls. This is going to be, I think, with the addition of the Vinyl Coffee location of Wake Up Washington Courthouse, I think with these two locations, when we get them fully operational, and with the new format and some of the stuff, the changes that we're talking about, I think this is going to be an even bigger and better morning show for the people of Wilmington and also for the people of Washington
And
Courthouse.
for the gentleman in Washington Courthouse that owns it, he's very religious, very. I'm trying to think of something else other than smart. But he goes about his business very well. He doesn't jump into. If he comes up with an
Very
idea,
thoughtful.
huh?
He's very thoughtful.
Very thoughtful.
He's only, and get this, he's only 27 years
Yeah,
old.
27 years old.
He's a young man. He's already had a modicum of success with his original Vinyl.
And he doesn't jump into something. I mean, he looks at it, then looks at it again, then looks at it again, and then tries it.
Yeah, Vicky said that fire was the combine on Polk Road that was on fire.
Yeah, because Polk Road was about the area, yeah.
Yes, both shows will be on at the same time. Now you say, why? Well, the reason that the reason they're on both at the same time, Joanne, is we have fiber already installed in the Murphy. There's fiber. Now here we've got the local fiber company, which is Omni Fiber. They're at Vinyl Coffee, it's Glow Fiber. Now, what's the advantage of fiber? Well, delay. We eliminate delay, at least on our end, especially as we start to use the game software and all that. But we eliminate that delay being on fiber because at least our end is much faster. And we don't get the situations like we did when we had Spectrum, where sometimes it'll be out. I'm not saying that we'll never be out one place or the other. But the key is this, that by being on at the same time, we literally can simulcast certain interviews with certain people,
right,
and be able to bring that interviewee into our broadcast on Wake Up Wilmington.
If we're doing something here, we can simulcast with Courthouse if we want to,
right,
and be on their show there.
So that interview can take place on both channels at the same time.
So that opens up the more interesting.
But I think what Joanne was sort of asking about is people from Wilmington could watch Wake Up Wilmington and they could watch Wake Up Washington Courthouse. It's hard when they're both at the same time.
Right, and we understand that, but at the same time, the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, and you can always go back because all our shows on both shows will be posted. So you can always go back after the fact so that you don't miss out on what people say or do. But the great part about it is the best interviews of both shows will appear on both shows. So we'll be able to bring in people that you wouldn't see necessarily unless you went back and watched the whole
episode.
That's right, the Washington Courthouse
The
show.
the only bad part about the interview, in a sense, what may be coming from Joanne's idea or someone from there is, you know how they interact with our guests and they can ask a question. Well, if they're watching our show,
They can still interact, and they can interact with the interviewee that's in courthouse. And the way that works is because, once again, we're on fiber. We'll literally be able to, people can ask questions up there and it will appear here and vice versa.
Okay.
So we'll be able to actually.
so listen to this, Joanne, and some other people. You can still
Interact.
interact
And the
with
key
both
is,
shows at the same time.
I've had an FM radio station in Washington Courthouse. It's automated, so there's not like someone there pushing buttons or a DJ.
Right.
But we've
Rick,
we've
he's automated.
underutilized the station for a number of years, particularly the last 5 years. We've had the station for about 12, and we used to do Campus Nation broadcasts over WZAA. We haven't. We used to do our morning show up in Jeffersonville on WZAA. Obviously, there is no morning show in Jeffersonville, so that's not been going on. But now that we have the new Washington Courthouse location, as well as what we're doing here in Wilmington, we will also simulcast, and it may not be that we do all Washington Courthouse simulcast over WZAA. We may switch back and forth. So one day we may have a Wilmington simulcast.
Right.
So the people will be able to be in their cars in that area and listen to the program if they're not able to actually watch the show. So it gives us, I guess you could say, a lot more options.
A lot more opportunities and unlimited opportunities for guests, for crossover, for everything. So yeah,
Right.
It sounds like it's going to be a good idea.
I think that it will be a good idea, and I think that it will be something that people can really get into, and it'll be informative. We're still going to, we're not going to be totally, serious in the sense that it's still going to be fun. We're still going to have games. We're still going to do those things that we've done before, but we're going to try to maybe put a spin on it so that we're more informative. In some ways, we're more serious, and obviously the guests that we have, we're going to try to maybe delve more into some interesting guests and people, and not have to repeat the same people over and over and over again, and try to break it up a little more so that someone doesn't just come in and maybe spend, unless they're really interesting, spend 2 hours in front of you.
Right.
We'll be able to have more interviews and more interest. And so, once again, trying to improve on our programming and go out there and find those interesting guests, those people, and get them in front of you. And just as an example, I have scheduled, and she will be coming in from Columbus, a lady that is working on reducing state taxes in Ohio. She'll be coming in on the 20th and talking about the efforts that they want to make at the state level to revamp our tax system, so that Ohio's one of the, people don't realize it's one of the most taxed states in the union.
Yeah.
And so there is a concerted effort at the state level, and now she's going around the state, and she'll be appearing on our show and talking, and that'll be in the 9 o'clock hour on the 20th, and she'll be talking about just how they are trying at the state level to work on reducing our taxes and streamlining our government, so that
Well, I've known a few people that have moved to Tennessee. I've talked to other people who are thinking about moving to Tennessee because there is no
there's
state
no
tax.
state tax.
Right.
That's one of the things that she'll probably be talking to
Yeah,
us
they were
about.
talking about trying to eliminate the state tax here altogether.
Right.
So
There are a lot of things that could streamline our state government, and it could also make it a lot more appealing, and it would bring in more business. A lot of people don't realize, because yes, there are pros and cons, and there's giveaways. We don't want to hurt our school systems, but that's something else that needs.
Well,
a
that's
separate
one thing
vote.
people used to get upset about, is a business would come into Wilmington, such as out at the park and stuff, but they'd give them like a 5-year or a 10-year
tax abatement.
so that they didn't pay taxes for the first 5 years or more. And then they said, well, you're not helping our schools there if they don't have to pay taxes.
Right. We definitely need a new way to fund schools. We also need a new way to look at school funding. And the reason I say that is, and I'm not just tooting the horn of Beaver Creek Schools because I graduated from Beaver Creek School System. And Beaver Creek School System is a lot more progressive than it was when I went to school there, because Beaver Creek was much like Wilmington. It was a farming community. Our colors are orange and black.
Yeah, North Fairfield Road was nothing but cornfields. Wright State wasn't built yet,
That's right.
So I remember driving that as a kid.
I was one of the original students. Joe was one of the original students that went and graduated from
I'll put it this way. I went through Wright State. I went to Wright State. Several years later, I'm working in Dayton in a bank, and one of my jobs was to occasionally drive out to the car dealerships and talk to them about sending us their car business. And so I thought one day I'm going to Fairborn from downtown Dayton, and I was driving, and I went, you know what? I'm going to drive through Wright State and reminisce as I go through and then come back. I got lost because when I went there were 4 buildings.
Well, there was the
now there's like then there was like 8 or 9, and there's more now.
Yeah, we had the quadrangle.
The quad.
So there was where we ate, like a cafeteria, and then there was Allen Hall, and there was Fawcett Hall. So there were 5 original buildings in the main part of the campus, and then there was the
student union
with the Rathskeller in the
basement. It's not there anymore.
No,
I brought tears to my eyes when I found out the Rathskeller wasn't there anymore.
The worst thing that they could have possibly done was to take our Rathskeller away.
Oh, I know it.
Which, was a little bar type, and you'd get peanuts, and there'd be peanuts on the floor.
We'd go out there and play some pool.
That's right. And the student newspaper was also in that building. The original gymnasium was in that building. I don't know what it held, but it only could have held probably what would a typical high school gym hold.
800 people, maybe.
That's right.
If you're lucky.
That's
if you're lucky.
And also the newspaper was in that. Our radio station, because we have a radio station at Wright State. It's a low power, much like the one that we operate, and that's here in town now as far as Wilmington. But all that was operating in, basically 5-6 buildings on campus. And there wasn't the immense, campus that has grown up over the years.
Gosh.
And now, it's like Joe said, I can remember because as a freshman, I had a lead in a play. It was called All Wilderness. It was written by Eugene O'Neill. And I was fortunate enough as a freshman to actually be allowed because I had to get permission because I was a freshman.
Right, yeah, because back then freshmen couldn't even play basketball.
That's right. You can't do anything without permission from the university because they don't want anything to interfere with your grades and things.
Your
education.
I actually starred in this play. I had the lead, but the play wasn't on the campus because we didn't have a theater department. We had a theater department, but we didn't have a theater. But there was a building on Zink Road, which is right there in Beaver Creek, right there. You see that tall tower at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base where they do the testing and all that? That's Zink. So on that road was like a meeting house, maybe it was a church or used as a church. It held probably 300 people. And Wright State had set it up so that we did theater in the round. Actually, it was on 3 sides. But so that's where the play that I was in was performed for about, I think it lasted 10 days, I think, that we did the theater. But it was an incredible experience. But you talk about back to the small town days. And that's the way Beaver Creek was back then. There wasn't the mall, as you say, or a lot of the things that we just take for granted now about how Beaver Creek has grown up.
Yeah, because back in my day, if you wanted to go to the mall, it was either Dayton Mall or even Kenwood Town Center back in the day was just nothing but a strip mall.
Up north to Trotwood, and you'd go to the that was my favorite mall at the time. Was the what was it called? The mall up in Trotwood. Someone help us out there.
What's the other town nearby?
Well, the mall's not there anymore. It's been raised.
Right.
Everything
it was
up in that area
It
has
was
been
a
raised.
smaller mall than the Dayton Mall, but it was a lot more. I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
Because we shopped there too.
Because we always would go down to Tri-County Mall off of 75, off 275 as a kid, or go down to the Beachmont Mall. So yeah, back then it was a
That's
trip to
killing
get
me
some
not
of those.
remembering the mall's name. But it was the mall that was in Trotwood, and I actually worked there. I worked in the Tijuana Lounge.
Salem Mall.
Salem.
I was getting ready to say
Yes.
that was
was
in my
the-
back of my mind, but I thought it was
Yeah,
wrong.
thanks,
Salem.
Thanks, Stephanie. Yeah, the Salem Mall, I worked, there was a lounge in there called the Tijuana Lounge.
Oh,
My buddy
geez.
owned it, and I DJ'd. It was a 2-story situation. You went up these curling stairs to a second floor, and so the DJ was upstairs and the dance floor was upstairs. And then but it was a neat little bar, and had sort of a Tijuana Lounge had sort of a Mexican, type
Flavor.
of flavor, and but a lot of
Si,
good
senor.
times back then I can remember. But that mall, we used to take my grandmother to the mall because there was and once again it escapes me the name of the restaurant, and it was a buffet type restaurant that was in there. And
Oh shoot.
yeah, I know we're asking too many questions of old people, right?
York Steakhouse.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
It was a buffet, but it was. I'm sure Steph will probably remember it, but we would take. She would out my
Where was
grandmother.
this at?
At the Salem
Salem Mall.
We would walk through that mall. We'd go once a week. My grandmother would outwalk us all, and she was 90 years old at the time. She lived to be 103, but she'd be walking all over that mall, and then finally we'd keep begging her, "Can we go eat now?" Because
Yeah,
we wanted to
please.
stop
We want our
walking the
vittles.
mall, and she would outwalk us everywhere. But it was a chain, I think, of buffet type, like.
You're not thinking like Golden Corral or anything like that.
Well, it was similar to that.
Okay.
It wasn't, but
The Sizzler.
no, I think they had one in Kettering at one time. But I mean, you literally.
If I heard it,
you would go
we'd
through
probably
the line,
say,
you'd
"Oh
pick your
yeah, I
food
remember
out, you'd pay according to whatever you purchased.
Wasn't the Country Buffet or with
It was something similar to that.
MC?
Yeah, MC Cafeteria,
Yeah.
something like that. And but anyway, and obviously at age 72, thinking back to when my grandmother was 90 years old and we were all walking the mall, it takes me back. But the Salem Mall, like I said, it was probably the demise of the Salem Mall just was partially the fact that malls started going out of style, and we were shopping online more.
Right.
But I think that the other thing was at that time, Trotwood went through a change, and that area, it was an area that people didn't want to go to as much because they considered there was more danger
Yes.
in that area. Now it has since then been cleaned up, and it's changed a lot. And of course, the mall's not there anymore. But those were fond memories that I had.
Oh, yeah.
With my parents and grandparents when we used to go mall walking.
Yes.
But anyway. So what have you guys been planning for Halloween? It's coming up. Joe and I went out Saturday to the
Haunt.
the haunted junkyard, and did a 2-hour broadcast, the first official broadcast of Wake Up Washington Courthouse.
What I loved about being out at the haunt was the people coming through. I was the man on the street, so to speak. And as they came out, talking to them, everybody was a 10. I mean, 8, 7.5, but most
Morning,
people
Rita.
loved it. I come out, and a couple girls came out, and I went, "Where are you guys from?" And they looked at me and go, "You just refereed our game the other day."
Geez.
Like I ought to know them.
Joe
And
did. Everyone that came out, Joe knew someone. in
Knew
the group.
somebody.
And I go, "Oh, I refereed you. You played volleyball." And they go, "Yeah." I go, "What did you think of me as a referee?" And they look, and I point to Rick, and they go, We loved you this is our favorite referee. I go, you hear that, Rick?
If you look at our Magic Unleashed, who's also commenting, that's Jake, the magician.
Eastgate
And
Mall.
Jake was out there, so we said our highs. We hadn't seen Jake for a while. It was good to see him. And so Jake was performing around the corner from where we were, but you'd hear all these chainsaws, and then a group of people would either be walking or running away from the chainsaws, and then Joe would interview them.
I would interview
and
them.
find out where they were from, and they were from all over.
All
the
over.
place.
The
We had
junkyard's got a real
Piqua,
good name for
Kentucky.
itself.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, they
Troy,
were from-
Piqua, Kentucky, and then you'd have Sabina, and then you'd
We
have.
had one from Alabama, but she was, I think.
Well, she was
with
visiting
friends.
people there. She
But-
didn't come from Alabama to that.
Well, she could have.
Yeah.
But we did have some from down into Kentucky a little bit. They came up,
Right.
and some that were there from
But they
southern
were up,
Ohio.
They were up further north, like towards Sydney, Piqua, and that. So they were drawing them from everywhere. And I think they said, I don't know about that night because we didn't stay till they closed,
Right.
because Joe and I were old, and after 2 hours of
I'd fall asleep.
being there, we couldn't even stand up straight.
Oh, yeah.
We were like punch drunk.
Uh-huh.
So that was midnight, I think. Did we knock off at 11 or midnight, Joe?
11.
Okay, so we knocked-
Or 2 a.m. or
we
something
were there.
like that.
We were there from 9 to 11.
But a couple of them said they'd already been to like Land of Illusion, which is a middle town,
Right.
And a
and
big one.
they loved.
That's a
they
huge
loved,
one.
They loved this one more than that one, or equal to it. Nobody hated this one more than anything else. And 7.5 to 8 was the least, and that was only 3 or 4 or 5 people out of
Most of them
the
were giving
hundreds
us-
that we
giving
interviewed.
10 or
10.
more out of 10. So everybody was very impressed with the, and I hadn't been there for, I don't know, probably, well, it was way before COVID, because we did some remotes back in the day there, and we were in the center of the haunt. This time we were at the very end as people were coming out so that we could actually talk to them. And we didn't have to fend off any chainsaws or anything like that.
No,
Any
but
bad
we
man running around?
we would ask him what was the favorite part you liked or disliked. Not too many dislikes. I didn't have one person didn't like one thing, but then the next 9 people loved the thing that they didn't like. So, and that's what Doug
Well,
said. Doug,
yeah.
it's like
Just
you
like
can't
everything
please
else
everybody,
Gus
but
was
you
getting
try
ready
to
to
find
say.
the most and
Try to find that happy medium for
Well,
everybody.
we'd highly recommend people to go out and go through the haunt.
go through it.
Now,
If
they
you
have
like the haunt
they
and
have
that type of thing,
special. Of course, it could get a little pricey, but they have a book of 10 haunts, and if you go to all 10 haunts, you get invited to a party at the end of the year.
With a bunch of giveaways.
That's right, with stuff that they're giving away and all that. Now, I believe the cost of the haunt there in Sabina, or Sabina as our
Commercial says, yes.
yeah, I think the haunt, it's $30, and that entitles you to 2 venues. There's a house that they have fixed up, and then also the regular haunt that you can walk through. And they do have what they call the chicken chairs.
yes.
And the chicken
Nobody sat in the chicken chairs that night while we were there that I saw.
I saw some people. The chicken chairs are for people that don't want to go through the haunt,
haunt.
but they may have come with someone.
Well, they could have already went through the initial one,
Yeah.
which went through what they
house.
called the house.
Yeah.
And what was that also called? Bacon and legs.
Bacon and legs.
Bacon and legs. And if you went through that and then you're like, oh gosh, this is easy compared to the rest.
Right.
I'm not going. And so they got these chairs, look like they were pulled out of some cars in the
Right.
junkyard
Front seat,
and
back
then
seat,
just
the
sit
car.
down
Right,
there.
yeah.
And you sit and wait there and wait for the people to get back, and then you can go join
And
them.
those were the chicken chairs, and so in fact, I think that our broadcaster in crime from Washington Courthouse, Sean Grooms, he said his daughter, she's a senior now, so she's grown up a little bit, but Zoe would not go into the haunt.
Are you kidding me?
She sat in the chicken chair. Yeah.
Zoe sat in the
Yeah.
chicken
and
chair.
If you knew Zoe today, you would have never believed that she would have been sitting in the chicken
Chicken
chair.
chair.
No.
Yeah, because she is enough to scare anybody
Oh.
if she gets angry with you. I don't mean it, Zoe. Don't hurt me.
Yeah. Don't hurt me, Joey. Don't hurt me. That's Rick saying that, baby.
All right. Well, hey, it's time for us to take a break. When we come back, let's do some this day in history.
I got some interesting things to talk about. Rick's got this day in history. So for the next hour, we've got some stuff to talk about that we've already planned. And we'll keep Rick out of the show as much as possible.
It's not off the cuff. You know what happens when it's off
We've
the
got
cuff.
things planned.
We go down the
Rabbit hole
too
real
much.
quick.
All right, we'll be back.
Welcome to downtown Wilmington, Ohio, the place to be. Experience something new with your family and friends in this vibrant and family-friendly historic district. When it comes to dining, shopping, and entertainment, downtown Wilmington has it all. From quick bites to high-end diners, we have a variety of food options to satisfy your taste buds. Explore our artisan boutique shops, jewelers, and florists for unique finds. Pamper yourself with soothing spa treatments, rejuvenating massages, and stylish haircuts at our top-notch studios. Dive into the world of art with our captivating galleries. And catch a show at the historic Murphy Theater, featuring awe-inspiring performances and cultural events. Immerse yourself in history by visiting our iconic landmarks, such as the Murphy Theater, historic General Denver Hotel, our Cultural History Center, and beautifully preserved historic architecture. Throughout the year, Main Street Wilmington hosts a variety of exciting events that embody the spirit of our town. From the Hometown Holodazzle Illuminated Parade to the family-friendly Halloween event and our lively wine walk, there's always something fun happening. Additionally, the Convention and Visitors Bureau presents a summer concert series featuring the annual Rock the Block, and we also have our weekly farmers markets. We boast a designated outdoor refreshment area where you can purchase alcoholic beverages and carry them as you explore the town. So what are you waiting for? Plan your next weekend getaway in downtown Wilmington. Head over to mainstreetwilmington.com for all the latest updates on events, dining, shopping, and entertainment. Downtown Wilmington, Ohio is the place to be. We extend our gratitude to Ralph's American Grill, World Equestrian Center, and R&L Carriers for their sponsorship that supported the creation of this video.
Roller Haven is located at 1640 U.S. Highway 22 Northwest, Washington Courthouse, Ohio, the perfect place for a day out with the family, birthday parties, and even an organization, event, or fundraiser. Check out our website, rollerhavenwch.com, or give us a call at 740-335-6481, and we can help plan your event. We look forward to seeing you there.
The final resting place haunted junkyard is located at 988 Polk Road in Sabina, Ohio. Our hours of operation are 8 to 12 on midnight Friday and Saturday nights through the month of October. Our opening weekend is the last weekend of September.
Car Express, keep moving. 740-248-5300. Troy Bach, Washington Courthouse, Ohio, right across from Washington Courthouse, or Washington City Schools. I said it the other way the other day, and now I'm doing it backwards. 740-248-5300. Troy Bach. Oh, boy. That's one thing about live television, or whatever. Live. Can't take it back. Nope. But, yeah, the other day at the haunt, Rick kept saying, Joe, it's, and courthouse. And so then today I leave it off.
Wake Up
Washington, without courthouse.
Yeah, because you were doing it like a Wake Up Wilmington.
And then,
It's courthouse, Joe. It's because Washington School.
It's just Washington Schools, Washington City Schools.
And Joe has a problem with going back and forth.
I'd say sit, CH when I would just CH, not the schools and vice versa. So, but that's me. Shall I digress? Let me talk about fall and autumn. What's the difference? We're in fall. Okay, so this is autumn. Are we in the fall of the season?
Our weatherman
yes.
This morning.
Are we in the fall of the season, or are we in the autumn of the season? Which is it? You have two, fall and autumn.
Both?
It could be both. First of all, and this thing, I've got this much to read, and it was this much to read to get to that much.
Are you reflecting?
I'm
You mean
reflecting.
the autumn or the
Hey,
fall?
didn't we say we're going to keep Rick out of this part?
We were in the autumn of our years.
All right, I'm going to.
All right. At first, it was called the harvest. Back centuries ago, this part of the year was just called the harvest because they were harvesting the crops. And the word had multiple meanings. Harvest had multiple meanings at the time. So they wanted to find something that would go with this time of the season with one meaning, basically. And harvest also, you were harvesting stuff still in summer. I mean, most of September, which people don't realize, is summer.
Yep.
Most of September is still in the summer. So in the late August and in September, you're harvesting. And so harvest didn't also mean fall only. It meant this time of season, but not just autumn, like we talk about today. So autumn started with the word autumnus, and then auger, and so it's working around. And the Old French autumne, which was autumpne. I thought I did pretty good on that word.
Yeah.
And 16th century finally spelled autumn, autumn, in the 16th century. The 13th and 14th, they were getting to that, but not quite. So they finally spelled the word autumn in the 16th century, and it started coming. Fall in the dictionary was in the dictionary in 1755 by Samuel Johnson. And basically, as it came about, and especially as they started coming to the America from Britain, the Britons were calling it autumn, and Americans were calling it the fall because the leaves were falling.
Right.
So it became when the leaves were falling over here in America, they called it the fall, and in Britain they called it autumn, and over time they became synonymous, and you can say autumn or fall in your meeting this time of season.
Basically the same thing.
Right. So I thought that was an interesting thing.
Got it figured out?
Yeah. What about some things in history?
What about this? Hey, 1492, Columbus sails the ocean blue.
Hey,
But
I heard that.
he misguides himself and he doesn't land in Florida. He lands in the Bahamas.
I wouldn't mind being in the Bahamas.
No, not this time of year, exactly.
Yeah, wintertime it's not. Bahamas are cold in the winter. People don't
It's chilly. I went in the wintertime. I went to the Bahamas, and the water is still warm, and but it was. I mean, at times we wore a light jacket even in the Bahamas.
1763, George III of Great Britain issues the proclamation of 1763, closing all the land. Let me get this right here. Closes the land in North America, north and south of the Alleghanies, just to white settlements only. 1806, the carbon paper was patented in London by inventor Ralph Wedgwood. 1868, the Cornell University opens in Ithaca, New York. Now, this is the worst college defeat ever in football. 1916, Georgia Tech crushes Cumberland. I don't know if it was Cumberland, Kentucky. It wouldn't give me the state where it was from.
It was Cumberland College.
Yes, 222 to nothing.
That would have been kind of crushing.
The coach for Georgia Tech was John Theismann, and that's where the Theismann trophy comes from.
So my question would be, what would it be like if you were trying to do a play-by-play broadcast of that game that was 220?
2 to nothing.
Oh, my gosh.
It was crazy.
You'd fall asleep.
And you wouldn't be falling asleep because you'd be action going on constantly. It seems like.
We got 1950 during the Korean War. The United Nations
Rick fought in that.
actually invaded North Korea by crossing over the 38th parallel, which after all those years of fighting, that's still where it settled at, was the 38th parallel.
Well, Vicky, my mic is on, and it's also on the mixing board. So I don't know. Let me see.
That's Rick M's. That's you.
I know they're picking. That's the reason they're not. I had Rick's mic off, so the mics are now.
Oh,
on.
yeah, my mic off.
You forgot
Okay.
to turn Rick
She
back
was
on.
picking up Joe's.
Joe's.
That's one thing about these mics. Although we're not going to be using these mics, I'm going to substitute the 8-pack for the, and they're a little different mic configuration, so they may pick up differently. But
We're the unwanted cousin.
we're gonna experiment. Well, actually, I've used the mics before on our shows because when we did that stint upstairs,
Right.
and we use those mics, so we have used them before, and they do pick up. But anyway, now the mics are all on, Vicky.
Yes.
Right.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Hopefully.
1952, it's the first bandstand premieres in Philadelphia on WLIF TV.
Bandstand.
WLIF.
Yes, and Dick Clark joined it in 1955 as a standby host. And that's must have been when he basically took it over, and they moved it out to
He was
California
a
and made
young
it.
guy when he took it
Yeah.
over.
And then American
Bandstand.
Bandstand's Dick Clark, didn't he do the drop of the ball?
Oh
every
yeah,
year?
that was
That
growing up in the 70s and early 80s. That was the
That
show
was
to
a staple,
watch.
wasn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
it was for sure.
Once again, we're going back some years, but
But when Dick Clark took over American Bandstand, people watching that today, it was like, well, yeah, man, remember. But when he first started, he was a unknown,
Right.
and just coming out, he was a DJ coming out of things, and a lot of people, do we want to put this young kid behind,
And just to be a standby
those
host,
are
and
back in
then
the days of Wolfman Jack, and, and you had even
The
now you
Wolfman.
still have
Yeah, the
and Casey
Wolfman.
Kasem still does some broadcasts, but he was a big DJ back in those days too.
yeah,
Who's
because I
Who'd
still
you say?
Casey Kasem,
Casey Kasem.
You've never
Top
heard of
40.
Casey Kasem?
I know I couldn't hear what you said. You went, who's been a, and I go, who's he? And you just looked at me.
1959, the far side of the moon is seen for the first time, courtesy of the USSR's space probe.
And was it made of cheese,
Yes,
like the front side?
like the front side.
Okay, so the I think the back was Swiss and the front is cheddar.
They're talking about that's where the aliens live on the dark side of the moon.
I think the moon is hollow, isn't it? Supposed to be, and the aliens live inside it.
That's where we
I've
get
not
all
heard
that
that
dust
one.
on the outside of it.
We see them coming and going. Well, just recently, we saw an asteroid hit the surface of the moon, and it really scattered some
It
dust.
scattered
Apparently,
a
yeah.
bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
1967, the Beatles turned down at that time a whopping $1 million
Hey, Dean.
offered by Sid Bernstein for a return concert at Shea Stadium, New York.
That was
Turned
a
it
good concert
down.
that they put on too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last one I got, because I have to dig through something else. So give me 1 minute to get over here. We'll go to there. 1968, the Motion Picture Association of America adopts the film rating system.
Nikki Kendall says WING with Wolfman Jack.
Oh, yeah.
And
Jack.
Wolfman Jack was a nationwide DJ. The local DJ, Steve Kirk,
Steve Kirk,
who was really named Steve Kirkpatrick.
Kirkpatrick.
He was the main DJ at WING, along with
My favorite at the time was
Duke of
John
Dayton.
Anderson.
the Duck of Dayton. And I can remember when I was young, and I was in college at Wright State, and we had a scavenger hunt that we had to go on, and I ended up downtown and got a bandana off the head of whoever the DJ was at that time at night on WING. He gave me his bandana, and I took that back for the scavenger hunt. But the Duke of Dayton had this thing where, because they called him the Duck of Dayton, he sat in the window of the WING studios down on, what was it, 3rd Street?
Third
or,
Street, I think. When
Anyway,
Yeah.
on some duck eggs, like he was
Oh,
going to
gee.
hatch. And he sat in that window. Of course, I don't know whether they ever hatched or not, because they were incubated in other way beside him, just sitting on the eggs. but I can remember that was, one of the nutty things that they, DJs did some crazy stuff.
Well, the
back
guy
then.
down at, not TUE, it was UBE in Cincinnati. The guy would sit on
Sign.
the sign until the Bengals won a football game that one year. I think he was up there for like 9 weeks before they won his first game.
Oh,
So-
yeah, he was up in the air.
yeah, he was camped out up there all for all that
Dean
time.
Jerry is on what we call hiatus. So anyway, and we're also preparing with Uncle Punky, if you know who that is. Uncle Punky is going to be our host of the morning show, Wake Up Washington Courthouse, beginning, and we'll begin probably the 3rd of November, but we are going to do some test runs prior to that from Washington Courthouse and Vinyl Coffee. That's a great place up there.
I don't have local birthdays right now, but I have some birthdays in the last couple of days that were sort of interesting.
Are these people alive or dead?
Couple of them are dead, but they were famous people that you liked. For instance, these are birthdays from yesterday that I was planned for yesterday. Elizabeth Shue. How old do you think Elizabeth Shue is?
60.
S-H-U-E. Very close.
Yeah, well, she was always kind of a very attractive young woman, so she's not young anymore, obviously.
No.
But
60 She's
62.
62.
62. And
Brett?
wasn't she the sister of a famous actor? I thought
Didn't say so.
I thought her
I mean, I
brother
didn't
was
remember
a
reading
famous
about it.
actor as well.
Could have been.
She was an actress. Actor.
Britt Eklund.
What did we see?
I don't know what shows. I didn't write down what shows they were in,
She's
but
just
she was
copying down
a
names.
movie
It could
star.
have been the Man in the Moon. for
Yeah,
all we know.
exactly.
Well, they put it this way on Sirius Radio. They even mentioned her name yesterday on birthday, so
Oh,
they knew who she was.
well, that's all that matters then.
She
Yeah,
was at
Sirius.
She was in a lot of movies. Britt Eklund, and she was a model. She is 83.
So she
yesterday.
died?
No, she's
Oh, she's
83.
alive.
She turned 83.
She's alive.
Here's one that Carol Lombard.
Yes.
We were talking
We know
about her
she's dead.
yesterday.
Carol has passed away.
She was born in 1908. She died in 1942. She was only 42 years
that's
old.
not very old.
But at that
No.
time, she was really becoming very famous in the movies and getting very, doing a lot of things. She had just made a movie when she was involved in a plane crash and killed. In the movie, she made the line, "What can happen in a plane?"
Oh, geez.
So while they were in post-production, hadn't put it out yet, they took the line, "What can happen in a plane?" out of the movie because they didn't think that was very good.
Appropriate.
Have her say, what can happen in a plane? And then, she died in a plane
Dies in a
crash.
plane crash.
So they took that out of the movie. She was to be on the Jack Benny show, who had a show at that time in the 40s. And Jack Benny was a very close friend of hers. So he was so broken up, he canceled the show. He just said, "We're not having a show that night." It was live. Back then, everything was live.
Right.
So they put something else on. Jack Benny did not have a show. He couldn't have it with her not being there.
And that's an interesting thing about late night television. Although, aren't most late night television shows taped now?
Taped early in the afternoon.
Yeah,
or
they
even-
are done in the afternoon. When you're watching the
And
late
sometimes
night
they
with
may
Johnny
tape
Carson
2 or
or
3 at a time, and then that way they only come in and work a couple days a
and
week.
if somebody
Right,
says
that's
something,
like The Price is Right. I think they tape four of those a day.
yeah.
Because they always line up Christmas and the holidays so the people know what to wear and all that
And
other good stuff.
he's even made jokes of it, like could be in October, and they're saying like, "Tomorrow's Christmas," even though tomorrow's Easter or something like that, But they've made jokes of that. But nowadays they're not. They act like they're live. They're not
Well,
live.
rest assured, we are live.
Yes.
But Carol Lombard was supposed to be on the Jack Benny show. He canceled it. She was in the movie To Be or Not to Be, and that's the one where she made the.
Was that the
line.
question, Joe?
Yes.
To be or not to be?
Yeah. And then one more interesting thing. Lucille Ball was considering at this time, or a little after, about having her show on TV, which was never before, I think, died.
I'll do that next to the break.
And so Lucille Ball was a friend of Carol Lombard's after she died, and it didn't say immediately or how many years, but Lucille was thinking about having I Love Lucy, but that was a big, risky venture back in those days. Of nobody knew about television, what it was going to be good or bad, or what was it, and would it be a success? Or because Lucille had been in movies, and to leave being in movies just as she was getting to be famous in movies to jump over to television, she was scared. She said she had a dream. Carol Lombard, in her dream, said, "Lucy, go with I Love Lucy. Do it. It's a real risky, but you go with it." And so Lucille Ball said, because of Carol Lombard coming to her in a dream, she did I Love Lucy.
Yep, Vicky, we just changed out Joe's mic.
Yeah, Joe was.
Yeah, first Rick died, and now I'm dying, and
Yeah.
Rick, we just hope the other Rick dies soon.
Tomorrow on the show, we're going to have Molly Campbell and Dustin Pierce. They're from Real Change Wilmington, and they'll be in starting at 8 o'clock. They'll be in for the 2 hours talking about the various happenings around Wilmington that we aren't telling you about. And they go in more in depth because they actually interview a lot of people in that. In fact, we're talking to them maybe about becoming more involved in the show than just coming in once a month when their Real Change Wilmington comes out. And the same way that we're trying to work with some other, well, like news and weather and sports gathering organizations so that we can add to the show, both here and also up in Washington Courthouse. And so between here and there, we might be able to find maybe a company or companies that will help supply us with that information.
Some general information.
That will be helpful for us. But anyway, so we found out about fall and autumn.
Now we're going to go to today's birthday.
Oh,
that was yesterday's
birthday. Are
birthday.
these people alive, Joe?
All but one.
All but one.
I'm going to list one that's because Tony Braxton.
Yep.
Singer?
Yes. Mickey.
How old is Tony Braxton?
52.
Older.
Older?
Older.
63.
Younger.
60.
Younger.
58.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh.
58. Simon Cowell.
Wait. Is that ding, ding, ding copyrighted, Joe?
No,
Can you
no,
actually
it's not.
use
That's
that
why I
ding,
could
ding,
do it.
ding? Shouldn't you use a different ding, ding, ding?
Okay,
like
dung, dung, dung.
Ding, dong.
Simon
Ding,
Cowell. You ever heard of him?
Oh, he's a mean. He's a
Somebody
mean,
over here reminds me of him.
he's one of the mean
That's
guys.
why I
Mean
said you remind
judges.
me of him.
Yeah. Simon is
47.
Much older.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
62.
Older.
Older? 72.
Younger.
65.
Just a little bit higher.
66.
66. John.
You act like someone was going to smack you when you said that.
I know.
John
You act kind of
Mellencamp.
timid. Who?
John Mellencamp.
Oh, John Mellon.
You ought to know this one, Rick.
Singer.
Yep.
I should know it
Yeah.
because he's 69?
No.
Oh. Well, then I don't know it.
Let's go with 58.
Much older.
76.
A little younger.
Oh, a little younger.
74.
74.
All right. There. So that
Well,
means
that's why I thought Rick
that
should
means
know
2
it.
years. Why should I know? Because he's close
You-
to my
right,
age.
yeah,
He's older.
Yeah, you notice how he starts saying,
He's your age.
my,
He's
almost
your
like
age, Joe.
Mookie Betts.
A baseball player?
Baseball player for the Dodgers.
Yeah. Who right now are 2-0.
Who is still playing.
Yeah. 2-0 lead on the
Are they playing the Phillies?
No,
Phillies.
Oh,
haven't
the
won a
Phillies
game
now?
yet. Yeah.
they already did away with the team that's in the Reds.
And our division leaders, they're 2-0 as well.
Milwaukee
Milwaukee.
on top of the Cubs.
I thought they were playing Milwaukee.
No.
I'll tell
No,
you.
it's Milwaukee and the Cubs are down 0-2 to Milwaukee 2-0,
Gee.
which is kind of a raw deal, but you know.
All right, Mookie Betts still playing
31.
close, but you are a little low.
He's a little low, 33.
33. And then our final one,
Is he dead?
you tell me. Desmond Tutu.
Doesn't pass the sniff test, does
No,
he?
it doesn't. Desmond Tutu?
Desmond Tutu.
Famous politician from Africa, right?
South Africa.
South Africa. Was he a church figure?
He died in 2021.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was he? He was a church
Sort of.
figure, wasn't he?
A
Desmond
little
Tutu?
bit, yeah, I think.
You know, like the equivalent of a priest or something like
Okay.
that. Desmond Tutu is probably.
I'm not going to say what age he is because he's not alive.
When did he die?
So
What
when,
age he was when he died? You
well,
gonna
he
say?
died in 2021.
I know, but are you going to say the age that he was when he died, or
Yeah.
what he would be today?
When he died.
When he died. So he was 72. You're just shaking your head. You got to say something, Joe.
No.
Up, down, in and out.
No.
He's keeping us in suspense.
72.
I'm trying to add it up
I
here,
thought
Rick.
it was higher.
I just wrote down the year. and
He's
it's
trying to
already
add
written.
up how old he would have been.
I thought you were just going to tell us how old he was when he died.
Yes.
Well, I didn't write that down, so well, Rick won't shut up long enough for me to
no,
add
so
it
you're
up
saying
here.
You wrote it down. He died. What he would be right now. Is that what you're saying? Because you got to subtract. Are you adding or subtracting, Davis?
I'll put it this way. He's about your age, the way you act.
The way I act.
He's
14.
Yeah, the other way.
Desmond Tutu. So I'm
the year he
totally,
died.
I am totally perplexed. I don't know what the heck he's trying to get.
We can go the year he died or what he'd be today, but both of them are very old.
Well, we're not guessing the year he died because you just said that.
No,
he
how
lived-
old he was
when he died.
How old he was when he died, or how old he was
All right,
today.
so when he died, he was
He wants us to guess.
73,
Much older.
82.
Much older.
91.
No, you were just a little bit high on when he died.
You said 92?
91.
90.
He was
89.
90.
He was 90.
He was 90 when he
That
died.
was like
He'd be
pulling
90.
teeth.
He'd be 95 today. That was my last birthday.
Good.
I do have one more thing to talk about before the show's
Oh
done.
yes. What is? Pray tell, is it?
8 things from Charlie Brown.
8 things.
Eight-
Why are we
8
quoting Charlie Brown?
Because he always has the great pumpkin in the fall.
Oh, so this is Halloween.
Halloween.
All right.
Halloween.
So is this?
These are the interesting things about Charlie Brown or Charles Schultz, either way you want to talk about
all
it.
right.
Charles Schultz first called.
Shorts.
It was called, what is the show called, or the strip called?
Peanuts.
Peanuts. Charles Schultz did not like the name Peanuts. He called them Little Folks. L-I-L.
Little folks. Little folks.
Little Folks.
I've never heard it referred
No.
to that way.
Well, because a year or so after he put it on in the newspaper he was writing for,
So it was called Little Folks when it started.
when it started, but due to
people couldn't say little,
due to
little,
a copyright problem,
Oh, copyright.
they came in and said you've got to change the name.
Who was he infringing upon?
Yeah.
It didn't say.
Little
It just said in the
Little-
article,
Little
tyke-
due to,
little tyke
due to
trucks.
copyright problems, he had to change the name, and he chose Charlie Brown as just call it Charlie Brown,
strip.
or the Charlie Brown strip, or Good Old Charlie. That was going to be his name. But
So
the
how-
syndicate of the paper
Said Peanuts.
said Peanuts.
So the syndicate won.
The syndicate won. They
'Cause they were gonna
paid.
break his
They
legs.
paid
They
the
want to
check.
pay the check, yeah.
They paid the check. They won. And they named it Peanuts. Guess where they named it Peanuts from? Think about the time of the year.
Planters. Planters Peanuts.
No,
No?
no. There was a TV show at the time called Howdy Doody that had the Peanut Gallery,
Oh.
and they named Peanuts of
After-
these kids after the
They were in the
Peanut
peanut
Gallery.
gallery. Oh.
So that's where they came up with the show. That
Well, now
and
you know the
but
rest of the story.
Story.
the rest of the story is coming. So after a few years of this, Charles Schultz didn't like the name Peanuts. He kept after them to change it, and and there was another reason they didn't go into. They just said there was another reason that the Peanuts was frowned upon at the time. So Charles Schultz and the syndicate decided to make a mutual
Understanding.
agreement here,
And what was it,
a
Joe?
compromise.
What was the compromise, Joe?
They still called it Peanuts, but it was called Peanuts, Charlie Brown and his gang.
Oh, that was the compromise.
That was the compromise.
Well,
that was
how
back
do
in
you
like
get all that on a
1962.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a long
Did
time.
you? Okay, that was the first thing. That was the first thing of the interesting things about Peanuts.
Oh, there's more?
There's more.
Oh, good.
Did you know Snoopy had 5 siblings when it started?
You mean 5 puppies?
5 other puppies.
So was there a total of 6 or a total of...
And do you know where Snoopy was from?
He was a dog. He found him in a barn.
Daisy Hill Puppy Farm. It was called.
Was it a mill? Puppy mill?
It was
Daisy Hill Puppy Mill?
Hill Puppy Farm, where puppies grew up, and they
Did you say buppies?
puppies.
Oh, puppies. All right.
All right, but that was the thing. And there was a lot more to that, but I didn't write all the things.
Yeah, I've seen it on YouTube.
He had sister. His dad was a barber. Snoopy's dad was a barber, but Charles Schultz's dad was a barber.
Okay, now wait a minute. He's a puppy. He's a
He's
dog. How does his father become a barber?
Snoopy's dad was not a puppy. He was a dog, and he was a dog barber.
Oh, okay, a dog barber. A
dog.
groomer. A
Yes.
groomer.
It doesn't say groomer. It said a barber. In the article, it said Snoopy's
Well,
dad
a barber
was
is
a
man
barber.
he cuts men hair.
And not a barker, a barber.
Not a barker. Barker's barber.
All right.
Oh, you're
The
driving me
little
crazy,
one.
Davis.
What was the name of the little red-haired girl?
In what?
In the
What are we
cartoon.
talking about? Peanuts.
In Peanuts? Lucy.
No, the little red-haired
No,
girl. Lucy had dark hair.
Oh, so there was a redhead girl besides
Yeah.
Lucy?
There's a little trick to this.
Yeah, I've seen her. I mean, you just remember because of the Christmas show,
Right.
her dancing while they're playing the piano.
She had never had a name. All the years they talked.
So there was
she
a
came
little
out in
redhead
about
girl that never
1960.
Was
I
that
think
to be named later?
I think he invented her in 1964, if I remember right, and he never gave her a name. Now here's the click. Charles Schultz was in love with a lady who had red hair.
How do you know?
It said so in the article.
Oh, okay. You
He
believe
told
everything
me.
you read,
He
Davis?
told me this when I was 9 years old in 1963.
Jeez.
That he was in love with, and
She was a redhead.
I read it, and he was going to ask her to marry him, but she went ahead and married somebody else, and it broke his heart.
So what happened?
So he eventually made the redhead girl after his redhead
But
love.
he wouldn't name her.
But he wouldn't name her because of his redhead.
So she was forever nameless.
She was
Yes.
forever nameless. All right. Did you know when Linus was first put into the show,
Is Linus the one with the blanket? Who has the blanket?
Linus.
All right.
Now he is Lucy's little brother.
Yep.
He did not speak for the first 2 years. They had Linus. He didn't have a line. On the strip they'd have everybody,
Linus didn't
and he
have a
just
line?
sucked his thumb and had his blanket.
He was in the background,
He
part
was
of the
just,
gang.
He was just there, but for 2 years he didn't talk, and then he finally had. And they didn't say what he said the first time.
It didn't
just
say
said
what
that
his first words
after
were?
2 years he finally talked. He had a little blanket that was like a security blanket, but Charles Schultz never called it a security blanket, just called it his blanket. And a lot of it was, about his blanket and missing his blanket and stuff. But later, people started getting blankets for their kids and calling it a security blanket. but Charles Schultz never
So
called.
you're saying that the term security blanket or the security blankets that parents would buy for their children were a result of peanuts?
Result of peanuts. At least that's what this article was talking about. I'm not saying that.
So where
They
did the
are.
term wet blanket come from, Dave?
From you,
Yeah.
from Rick Phillips, the term wet blanket.
Oh, gosh.
All right, and once it became on television, because it was first just a strip, then it became on television in the 60s. A trombone was used, and one of the first ones as Charlie Brown's teacher's voice.
Yeah.
They used a trombone when the teacher talked to Charlie Brown. They just used a trombone as the voice.
So it was a trombone sound
Because
whenever he would
Schultz
talk.
did not want to use adults in any of the shows. It was about kids, not
Yep.
adults. So then they had a trombone with a bell, and they said they muted the bell. I don't know about trombones. And that was used as adults in the rest of the... Whenever adult was talking, they used a trombone that had a bell with a muted bell that used the, and that's what became known as the wah wah voice, wah wah, because it would go wah wah, with the muted trombone bell, made it like a wah wah voice when adult talked. So adult never said any words. Trombone, the Charlie Brown or Lucy would ask a question to an adult, and all thing you would hear was wah, wah, and they knew what that meant. We didn't. But anyway, that's where the wah, wah voice came from, using first a trombone, and then a trombone with a bell, and they muted the bell. Do you know anything about trombones? I don't know what a trombone bell is. Never knew
I don't have any idea, but I know what Wawa is.
I know what wah, wah is.
Yeah, gas station.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a truck stop.
And 3 quick ones here regarding this.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Charlie Brown, or this Peanuts, was the first comic strip with a minority in it. You remember his name?
Oh, shoot, no.
I won't linger on
So
this.
Michelle says the one that said sir all the time. Who was that?
That was the little girl that was Patty friend, Patty.
Patty Cakes?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Patty Cakes.
And she was the
Was it
little
Patty
girl.
Cakes, Michelle?
And the older girl liked Charlie, and Charlie ignored her all the time. And she was like, and the little
mean she
girl
had a
that followed
crush
her,
on him?
I don't know if there was a name for it. It might have been a name. It wasn't in my article, so I didn't look it up. But Franklin was the boy on the first boy on the show that was a minority on the show. First comic strip ever to have him, but they're all before that were not. Did you know that he killed off a character?
Who killed off the character?
Charles Schultz killed off one of the Peanut characters.
It wasn't Franklin, though, was it?
No.
No.
Which one was it?
Charlotte Braun. Not Brown, Braun.
Charlotte Braun.
Charlotte Braun.
She the one that invented the coffee maker?
Yeah. Anyway, it just said that she was on the show, and what he had put her in, and didn't say when he put her in. But
Vicky
she
Campbell
was
says
Peppermint Patty. Thank you, Vicky. And that was the little girl that liked Peppermint Patty. Always followed her around. She'd always go, yes, sir, to Peppermint Patty or Charlie or whoever. But anyway, Charlotte Braun was, but nobody said, all of his audience as that read the articles, nobody liked Charlotte. So
So he killed her off?
what he did was he just never put her back
He
in.
wrote her out.
Well, a few years later,
She moved away.
She was on the cutting room floor.
but years later, he was writing something or doing something, and he put an article out, and it had Charlotte Braun, and it had an axe in her head.
Oh.
But it had nothing. At that time, it was not in the script. It was, but something he put, just like somebody was after him. What happened to Charlotte Braun? He just did a Charlotte Braun with an axe in her head. So like, this is what happened to Charlotte Braun. But it was years later, and he just, like, get off my back, sort of speaking, I reckon.
She's been axed.
But he just dropped her from the thing, but people said he killed her off.
Killed her off.
All right, and then the final thing. The final strip of the Peanuts was...
So you mean there's no peanut strips?
Wait a
anymore?
minute. The final strip came the day after he died. They put it in the paper. You know, he had wrote it
Right, the day before.
the
or
day
week
before,
or whatever.
and then he died. Well, they printed it the very next day. So he died the next day. It printed. That was the last one of the original. Charles Schultz Peanuts characters.
But there's still a peanut.
There's still
strip
Peanuts
somewhere.
out there.
Right.
There are either
Yeah.
a lot of older ones that he put and are re-putting, or somebody else is coming.
they're just
But
running
there
them
is-
over.
Technically, there are no.
No fresh, no new, no original.
Right.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just putting some of the old ones back out there. Nobody else is writing them or anything. They're just putting some.
So no one is drawing the strip anymore.
They're saying the strip is not being drawn anymore.
It's axed.
Charles Schultz put an axe to it.
Well, he did that because he died.
But that's the
Yep.
last of the Charles Schultz and the Peanuts.
All right, it's 9:30. We're going to take a break. When we come back, do we have any games to play?
No, I got high school football junk thrown down.
Okay. We're
stuff
going to
thrown
do
down.
high school football and talk about what's going to come
Be
up
at the
with
Murph.
capitation and that
Yeah.
weekend as well.
I
So
gotta
we'll
look
be back in just a minute.
Welcome to downtown Wilmington, Ohio, the place to be. Experience something new with your family and friends in this vibrant and family-friendly historic district. When it comes to dining, shopping, and entertainment, downtown Wilmington has it all. From quick bites to high-end diners, we have a variety of food options to satisfy your taste buds. Explore our artisan boutique shops, jewelers, and florists for unique finds. Pamper yourself with soothing spa treatments, rejuvenating massages, and stylish haircuts at our top-notch studios. Dive into the world of art with our captivating galleries. And catch a show at the historic Murphy Theater, featuring awe-inspiring performances and cultural events. Immerse yourself in history by visiting our iconic landmarks, such as the Murphy Theater, historic General Denver Hotel, our Cultural History Center, and beautifully preserved historic architecture. Throughout the year, Main Street Wilmington hosts a variety of exciting events that embody the spirit of our town. From the Hometown Holodazzle Illuminated Parade to the family-friendly Halloween event and our lively wine walk, there's always something fun happening. Additionally, the Convention and Visitors Bureau presents a summer concert series featuring the annual Rock the Block, and we also have our weekly farmers markets. We boast a designated outdoor refreshment area where you can purchase alcoholic beverages and carry them as you explore the town. So what are you waiting for? Plan your next weekend getaway in downtown Wilmington. Head over to mainstreetwilmington.com for all the latest updates on events, dining, shopping, and entertainment. Downtown Wilmington, Ohio is the place to be. We extend our gratitude to Ralph's American Grill, World Equestrian Center, and R&L Carriers for their sponsorship that supported the creation of this video.
Roller Haven is located at 1640 U.S. Highway 22 Northwest, Washington Courthouse, Ohio, the perfect place for a day out with the family, birthday parties, and even an organization, event, or fundraiser. Check out our website, rollerhavenwch.com. Or give us a call at 740-335-6481 and we can help plan your event. We look forward to seeing you there.
The final resting place haunted junkyard is located at 988 Polk Road in Sabina, Ohio. Our hours of operation are 8 to 12 on midnight Friday and Saturday nights through the month of October. Our opening weekend is the last weekend of September.
if you want a card, go see Troy.
Go
Right?
see Troy.
All right.
Grab you some Wits and grab you some Pizza Huts.
That's right. Yeah.
So, well, this Friday is, I can't believe it's already week 8 of the high school
Week
football
8, yes.
already. So, Friday night we got Massey 6-1. It's going to be at Goshen. It's 5-2. Wilmington's 4-3. They're going to go down to Batavia, who's 3-4. Bland's 3-4, and they've got their hands full with the 7-0 Williamsburg at Williamsburg. 0-7 Astros are playing the 0-6 Fayetteville Rockets, so also East Clinton's homecoming game.
Someone will actually win their first game.
Yes. 7-0 Trace is at the 3-4 Greenfield McLean, and the 4-3 Washington Courthouse Blue Lions are down at the 5-2 Jackson. I don't know their nickname of their school.
Ironman?
Ironman? Is it Ironman?
Jackson
Okay.
Ironman?
Yeah, it is. So, everybody, this time of year, you start trying to figure out your computer points, where you're sitting at, and all that good stuff. So,
And this year, they're reducing the number of teams to 12
from 16.
from 16 that will be
12.
eligible to play, which I think is better because, you're not going to get such a watered down
Right.
playoff picture.
And even the first top 4 teams get a pass.
Right.
So right now in Division 3, Region 12, Trace is 4, Chillicothe's 8, Jackson's 9, Goshen's 10, Hillsboro's 11, and Wilmington is 12. Over in D4, Region 16, Massey's 5, the Blue Lions are 9, and New Richmond's 11. Region 5, Division 20, Williamsburg is 1. Waynesville is 16, and Greenview is 13. Division 6, Region 24, Blanchester's 12. And over in D7, Region 28, Cedarville's 12. So they're all still in the hunt with 3 games left to go.
Right.
But
As long as you finish in the top 12,
you're good to go.
you're going to at least play. The number 12 team will play.
The number 5 team.
Yeah, because there's a bye for the first 4.
Right.
And
Now,
this
that
is-
crazy Wilmington Massey game, that second half was just completely crazy. Massey goes up 21-0, maybe 2:40 left in the ball game.
Was that at Massey?
It was at Wilmington.
It was
At Wilmington.
So you figure if Wilmington can go down and get a field goal or a touchdown, it's going to make it a little more interesting. Well, Massey kicks off after they scored their 3rd touchdown. Wilmington goes 3 and out, overshots the punter's head on the snap from the center. Massey recovers the ball down about the Wilmington's 20-yard line. They go in and score with 10 seconds left to go on the clock. So now it's 28-0. So McShirley, I just figured they were going to squib it again. They kill the last 10 seconds. What they do, Wilmington misplays the ball. Massey recovers it. So with 2 seconds left, Massey scores again. And now they're up 35-0, which means a running clock when the second half starts. So that game was crazy.
It was over before it was.
Yeah, and Wilmington only had 6 offensive plays in the second quarter. That's how much Massey dominated. From the end of the first quarter into the second quarter, Massey went on a 90-yard drive.
Yeah.
And ate up 7 minutes of the clock.
Massey runs that wishbone.
Yep.
And that can eat clock.
And
Now,
you would see that people you figure as long as they've been running it, somebody would figure something out to stop it. I wouldn't, they did throw.
What was the other team up north? I think they still run the wishbone. Is it Covington or there's another very good football team, St. Henry.
St. Henry.
That run, they
in
run
that
the,
area, that's
they run the
football.
wishbone.
Yeah, the MAC.
And they've run the wishbone just like Massey forever.
Now,
And nobody
I've
can
heard,
figure it out.
Again, I've heard this before too, but I've heard that this is his last year to coach. Is this true or not? Have you heard it?
Rumor mill says yes, and I even saw it in the paper a couple of weeks ago or a while back when they gave him this award at Massey for winning his 300th ball game. This was his 25th and final season.
I've heard people say about that.
If it is, he's going to.
He could also do like Olds did at Kings, where he went out and then came back and coached again for a few years.
So I don't know. I know I think he's just coaching football. And I don't know if he's teaching
He
anymore.
retired from wrestling a long time.
Oh yeah, but he also was teaching phys ed or something else
Yeah.
like that. But I don't even think he's doing that
I
now.
think he retired from teaching.
Yeah,
I don't
he's
know.
on a
Yeah, I
supplemental
don't know.
1 year contract. You know, all the sports, all the head coaches are always a 1 year contract. Got to be approved by the board and all that good
Right.
stuff. So yeah, I'm hearing it's his last year too. So I'm sure the guys
But I will
want
never say never until
it. It happens.
Right.
Well, I'm sure that he will be missed.
Oh
And
yeah.
it'll be
Oh,
interesting to see who his successor would be.
Yes.
You know, if that happens,
you
whether
know,
it would be
in
someone
one
that's
sense, there's
already
probably
on
a
the
lot of
staff.
guys wanting to be, but on the other hand, you know, do you want to be? I mean, you know, you're
You're
fiddling
gonna follow
big
literally a
shoes.
legend.
If you do
Yeah,
not
it's-
win immediately and often, you're going to, you know,
It's
you
like
won't-
following Tom Landry or Jimmy Johnson or Vince Lombardi or
And do you continue to run the wishbone, or do you
Yeah.
bring in a new offense?
yeah. If somebody comes in that wants to pass the ball more, and it doesn't work,
Well, and modern day coaches today don't run the wishbone, so
No.
they don't know the wishbone.
no.
And-
All they know is the spread 5 wide, empty
Right.
backfield or 4
Yeah.
wide and 1 back.
Downfield, you know. Well, I mean, certainly they can be successful not running the wishbone, but it would be strange to see a Massey team not running the wishbone.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as far back as I've ever seen a Massey team,
It's always
that's been that way.
yeah.
in that way.
Yeah.
So
This is also the last week of volleyball, and then sectionals are starting the following week. I don't know all of them. I heard East Clinton put theirs on Facebook, and I can't remember. They play next week, Monday or Tuesday. East Clinton is the #1 seed in their bracket.
No, that's good.
oh yeah, they
Miami
won the
Trace-
league for
Miami Trace is 4 or 5, and they are at home Monday with their first volleyball match. I'm trying to think who they play because each year, the last 2
You're
years,
talking Trace?
yeah, Trace has faced Sheridan and they've gotten knocked out, but they were the lower of the 2 seeds. This year, they're the higher seed and they get a home volleyball match, which would be good for them. But I'm trying to think the team that they have to. It's Athens. Athens comes in to play Miami.
wow,
Trace.
that's a heck of a
It
bus
is.
ride.
It's
Heck of
a
a
drive
bus
for
ride.
them, especially if you lose. You know, you don't want to go home after driving.
That's why it's hard to find officials in the southeast because that's how
They're
spread
they're,
wide it
they're
is.
spread out so
Yeah,
far.
everything's spread
And we
out. They're
don't
not-
know at this point whether Campus Nation will carry the game because we're looking for at least a couple sponsors because we pay to be able to bring a tournament game on the air.
And I'll be refereeing my game, so
We don't care.
you don't.
We've
But
we've
I
got-
do know Blanchester plays Georgetown on their first game in Lebanon, and I know that because I'll be officiating.
So
that game.
they're not playing in either school?
No, the Southwest plays in a predetermined
Neutral
place.
site.
The Southeast does not do that because of how spread out the area is. They play at one
I
of the
like
schools.
the school with the higher seed, at least for the first game, first series of games,
Right.
getting the advantage of being at home. That
Right.
seems like a good reward for being, the
Right.
higher seed.
But in the
it's-
Southwest, they've always played. The OHSAA has already went in and picked locations in the Southwest, and you're going to play at either Lebanon or whatever school.
Yeah, usually the smaller schools play at the bigger schools because it's
And I'm assuming that even with reducing it to 12 teams as far as football, the higher seed will get at least the first game at home.
the higher seed will get 2 home. The higher 1 through 4, if they win, will get at least 2 home games.
All right. So
Which helps.
as an
the-
example, Massey would be at home the first 2 games as long as they continue to win.
Yeah, if they win the 5th, if they stay at 4, stay at 5, they'll get the 1 game there and then at home and
And
then
I spaced this completely, but we'll have to do the same thing for Miami Trace. We're going to have to look for sponsors for those first few games because they'll be playing at home. I can't believe they won't be the higher seed of any team they play.
Right. Now, one reason in the past, the Southwest Division would play at least 2 or 3 games on, 2 on the weekend, 3 on the Saturdays a lot, games. So you you'd go your first game, and the first game would be like East Clinton versus
Right.
somebody, and the next game would be Blanchester versus somebody, and so you couldn't a lot of times have it at your
At a
home school because
yeah.
there's more than
But they
one school
they don't
team
do
play.
that anymore, do they?
No, and,
It's just
and
a
right
single-
now, for like my
I think
first
it's all
game,
about the Benjamins, you know.
Yes.
If they have
If it's spread out more in fewer
right now they're
games.
only playing one game a night.
yeah. Remember the days of the University of Dayton where you'd go and you'd see 4 or 5 games?
Oh, basketball games. Yeah, I'd always go Friday night because it was the lower divisions were always there. And I had a friend of mine who's a principal at Georgetown. Well, he'd come up with the basketball team. We'd hang out for a while. So
you
I
could
would
watch basketball for hours.
I watched 3 games on a Friday night, get back up Saturday morning, and would go catch 3 Division I games Saturday afternoon and evening. So yeah, back in those days was great. But now
So
you
if anybody's heard where Wilmington is playing their volleyball tournament, what day or anything, let us know here on there,
Yeah.
and before we go out, and we'll announce that.
Yeah.
Like I said, Blanchester's playing next Monday at Lebanon High School at 6:00. East Clinton is playing Monday or Tuesday. They're number 1, so they may have like Tuesday.
I would think they'd have a bye.
They'd have. That's what I'm saying. Well, they don't have.
They don't have to choose a bye.
You can only. They can choose to play.
And I honestly think that sometimes having a bye actually hurts you.
because you've lost your momentum.
That's right. And the other team's been playing. Well, for Campus Nation this weekend on Friday night, we are at Miami Trace.
Miami Trace,
And who are they hosting, Joe?
Greenfield.
What is it?
I'm at.
I think it's Greenfield.
Yeah,
I
Greenfield
think he
McLean.
already announced Greenfield.
The Greenfield McLean team will be in to play
Tigers.
And then on Saturday, I'm trying to think the team that Wilmington
Union?
College plays.
Mountain Union.
Yes, the big team comes in from up north. Mount Union will be facing the Wilmington team at, I think it's 1 or 1:30 on Saturday. And Bill Learman will be one of the announcers. I don't know who the other one
I
is.
don't know who the
It'll
other
probably be me because
The
Joe
voice
Davis.
will not be there.
Joe Davis, he
ducked out.
chose money over
I
his.
chose money
Over his local ties.
His honor.
OSJSA offered me a game at Middletown,
Do
and
they
I
pay
said,
more for a tournament game?
"Oh yeah."
Oh, see, there you go.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a lot more money. And then on Sunday, Joe won't be doing the Ohio State game either because we're putting him out to pasture since he wasn't there on Saturday. Yeah.
You
So,
try.
where were
They'll have a revolt in Columbus.
We're going to be
A revolt in
Wesleyan.
Columbus.
Ohio Wesleyan, OWU,
OWU.
where we didn't know where to park, and I had to show Joe where to park.
No. He told me to park on the left side.
right.
I said, "But Rick, the stadium's over there. Look, everybody. Joe, we'll get arrested if we park over there." I go, "Well," so Rick, so we pulled up and here's somebody walking by. We're going to do the game. Where should we park? Over there on the other side of the street. Where Rick said,
So anyway,
"Don't."
on Sunday, we will be at Ohio Wesleyan with the Buckeyes.
Right.
And they will continue their trek for their 4th national championship.
Yes.
They've got the banners.
They've been there 5 years, and they've won it 3 out of 5.
And we've been doing them now for all
Those years, yeah.
yeah.
So that's going to be very
You
interesting.
get to realize you're getting old.
Not me. Everybody tells me how young
I
I
keep
look
saying
and
16 and a
act.
half, but I think officially now, Joe, we've been doing these games for 17 years.
I look down.
Jeez.
I've been up on the thing, and I'm talking to a student, and one girl asked me, she goes, "How long you been refereeing?" And I said, "Well, 27 years in volleyball, but I said I've refereed basketball. But this would be my 50th year if I would. And I still do junior high and some little kids. But I said, since I started, this is 50. And she looked up, and her eyes got that big. She goes, "You're not that old." And I go, "Thank you."
But the reason you can't get up and down the court, so you do the little kids because their legs are short.
Yeah, and you don't have to travel as
I don't
far.
have to go as far or as fast.
Or as fast. Yeah, I was going to say, especially as fast.
My right knee is like this big around, and it doesn't move too fast.
Doesn't like it.
So do we know what's going on at the Murphy this week?
Yeah. Hey, Friday night, Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow.
$7 a person, $12 for family, and of course, if you're a Murphy member, it's always free. Saturday, the 11th, is Neil Diamond So Good, so that's
Sounds
going to be
interesting.
That should be a real good show. And then next Saturday, the 17th, is Wicked. So we got a nice little lineup going on up here. And then, of course, on the 18th is the Dueling Pianos, which is a fundraiser event. So that should be an interesting evening if you're a piano fan.
What I love.
Isn't there puppets going to be here this weekend or something?
That was last weekend.
That was last week, and you're behind schedule.
That was the 4th.
Oh, okay.
But what I love is to be at an event where everybody's singing Sweet Caroline, and you get all these young girls and guys that are, like teenage age that are singing Sweet Caroline. And I look up at them, I said, "You like this song?" "Oh, yeah, you love." And they go, "Do you realize I was in the 7th grade when this song became a hit and it's still popular?" Which just
especially in Boston when they put all the little ba-ba-bas in it. So, so we'll see what happens Saturday night with him, but I'm sure that will be there too. Right.
I don't see it stopping.
And then one thing outside of the county, but down in Cincinnati this weekend, they've got 9 riverboats coming in.
Yes.
For cruises, sightseeing, dinners, lunches.
All the other riverboat cities have bringing their own boat, like Cincinnati, Memphis.
The one out of Louisiana the one out of New Orleans pulled in yesterday.
Okay, Louisville, the Belle of Louisville, I'm sure is there.
So if you want to, even if you don't want to take a ride for a sightseeing cruise or a dinner or lunch, you head on down because there's going to be music on the riverfront. You can still see the boats and everything. Yeah, it's like a mini tall stacks when they had tall stacks here years ago, which we did a couple of those. And so I always got to check out which boat's got the elevator to get me to the top deck so I can see the cities we're coming back in, because when you're stuck down the lower deck, you don't get to see a whole lot.
No, and if it was the Titanic, you wouldn't see anything for a while.
No.
Guess what time it is?
It's howdy doody time.
It's game time for Rick and Rick. I predict Rick will win the game today.
You got 9 minutes, Joe.
I predict Rick will. Well, see how quickly you guys can win a game. I'll give you the easy one.
Knowledge.
Yes.
I'm going to give you the easy one.
Oh, you're giving us the easy one?
The easy one. Do you want A or B, Rick?
Give me A.
A. You want to go first or second?
We'll go first, and I got B.
This Rick is, okay. B. Rick is going, okay, class.
Is that brick?
Brick.
Brick.
The B is brick.
B. Rick. Brick.
Class R.
Room.
S.
Student.
Room student.
Yeah, I knew.
Well, that was about Joe's dumb joke.
I would have said that, but I didn't because I didn't do it.
Toothpaste is related to a toothbrush.
I'm gonna no matter what you say, it's wrong. Even if you say the right word, I'm gonna say it's wrong.
Give me the word.
House. B. Boat. B. Boat. A. Anchor. Anchors. Plural. Anchors. Away. I mean.
He didn't give you the letter.
Away. Oh.
What is it?
I know. I didn't even give him the letter. He said it, so I go in with it.
Away what?
Away. Oh.
Oh, I know that one.
Away.
We don't have much time, so we can't.
What?
Yeah, don't give him a clue.
Away.
Yeah.
Out?
Way out. Wrong.
Oh, that's wrong. That's the only thing I thought of.
Okay. Going back to you.
The wrong one.
Room SE.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not mentioning anything.
Oh.
I'm going to get in trouble.
Yeah. Section. It's not seat. Not student. I'm just going to pat.
Yeah, he can't guess the real word.
Clue.
What is this? What are you doing, David?
Hotel?
That's a clue.
Hotel's a clue?
Oh,
Room SE.
service.
Yeah, room service.
Room service.
You're welcome, Rick.
Thank you.
Service A.
Attendant.
Wrong. Okay, go back to dude.
The dude.
Away OF.
Away OF.
Yeah.
Where's my help out there?
I haven't seen anybody talk for a while. I think they died.
Well, there's still.
5 people?
7.
Yep.
7 that we can see. There's the hidden people that are out
The
there.
ghost.
Will not reveal themselves. Oh, I've got some demographics to discuss.
All right.
I may not get it. Okay, I pass.
And then we go back to Rick. Service AR.
Well, that leaves out service animal.
Yeah.
AR. 15.
I'm not good with hints. Service arrival? Nah.
He's not doing hints, but he took it.
Yeah, he gave me the hint, but I'm trying to put two
You
and
may
two
not
together.
know what that means,
If it's a
but
Joe hint, you
I won't get it. All right, I'll pass in time. I'll pass in lieu of time.
okay, pass. All right, back to Rick. Can't give you the next letter.
I know what it is, but it doesn't make any
It's
sense.
3 letters. And what is it?
OF something.
What's the first word?
Away.
Away.
O-F?
OF something.
I think I know what it is, but it doesn't make any sense.
Well, it's Joe's
It's,
game.
Yeah.
it's my game, so it's.
Yeah. OF. Well, you have to reveal the 3rd letter.
I can't.
Because it gives you the word.
You have to
Yeah, that's what
reveal.
you...
That's the new
I'll
rule.
go back to him if
That's
you
the
don't.
new rule.
Well, I'm going to say it doesn't make any sense.
Right?
Off?
Off.
A way off. I would think way off, not a way off.
They the
Well,
book.
it's Joe's game.
It's this is what they gave me.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You know, I didn't come
What's
up
the
with
next
this.
word?
It,
It's off.
off. B.
Off base.
Wrong.
Okay.
All right, back to Rick.
Service A.
That was Rick.
Yes.
Okay, back to this Rick. Brick. Back to Brick. Service ARE.
Area?
Area. Service area. You're in the service area. All right. Area R.
Restrictions? Register?
Area R. What are you doing, Davis? Davis, pay attention.
I'm just waiting for Rick.
He's looking around.
I know. He's giving me another hint, but I'm not good when
Area R.
area rest, area.
Reconnaissance.
Yeah.
Recovery.
Area rug.
Area rug.
And that was your clue for rug?
He was
Point to a rug.
He was pointing at the rug under.
Oh my gosh.
All right. His last word. You didn't get your last word. Rug R.
Doctor. Rug doctor.
Rat.
Rug rat. My clue on that was going to be that Rick. Okay, let's see if you can help Rick on his.
Oh, thank you.
Off.
I can tie though, can I?
Off.
I didn't go for
Yeah,
it.
you can go for it.
I
Rick
went
and
first.
Ty. Let's let him go. Off BO, which is you. You're off your BO.
Off the BO.
Off BO. That's off, and the next word starts BO.
Off BO. Off bow. Off bow. It's probably like Bojangles, since it's his game.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you laughing about, Davis? He's giving me the wrong word.
How
Probably.
stupid you are.
Off BO.
After it's over, I'll give Rick a chance.
Off.
Why do you have to give Rick a chance? He's already won. If I don't
Have
get
to
this.
see if he can be. Yours too.
Oh, he gets 2 wins.
Yeah.
Oh.
Off board?
Off bottom. Off Botox. What happened for
He's
Davis?
tapping the table.
I'm just seeing if anybody's going to guess a word. You want to go with what you said?
I'm the one that's guessing.
Yeah.
You want to go with what he said?
What did he say?
I'm not going to tell you.
Whatever he said, I agree. Whatever it is.
Off board.
I said off board.
Off board.
Yes, board. Off board.
Is that it?
You're off board the ship. You're off board out of here.
Is that? Did we? I
That's
tied.
it.
That's it. We tied.
I tied. That's like
Rick
kissing.
tied his own
That's
self.
like kissing your sister.
Yeah.
Rick
Well,
won and tied himself.
it was just, what was it, the football game this past weekend that they were in overtime? I forget who was playing.
Is it a professional football team?
Yeah. It wasn't the Bengals.
Was it my Cowboys? Scored 40 points.
Cowboys
I don't know.
No, that's a shocker.
No, they were in overtime. They were down 3. They were at the 2-yard line of the opposing team. Instead of kicking the field goal to tie it in overtime, they went for it and didn't make it and lost the game.
Wow.
You don't know who it is.
I can't remember.
But this was a professional.
Yeah, it was this past Sunday. Yeah. When you said kissing your sister.
And it wasn't the Bengals because the Bengals lost.
Big time.
Browns? Did they win?
No, they got beat by Minnesota over in England.
Oh.
They got beat 21-17.
Well, I know it's hard to believe, but another day has passed.
Another day in paradise is gone.
That's right. Tomorrow, Dustin and Molly will be in to talk about Real Change Wilmington. And Rick, you'll be back with us
When you come.
Whenever I come back in.
whenever he comes back in. And Joe Davis will be here every day until that's his curse.
No.
He has been cursed. Because, especially now that he's not going to be with us on Saturday because he's given it up for the money.
Giving up for the greenback.
It's shameless, Davis, how you have to go out
All you
and
gotta
just
do is
give it
pay
up for
me.
the money.
Pay me, Rick. Pay me what I'm worth.
Well, that would be what I'm paying you now.
Yeah.